Hey guys, Goat Mom here, and I played a manager at Fazbear Entertainment.
Hey guys, Vanessa16 here, and today I'll be answering questions about my experience working on Nightco's project, Vanessa into Madness.
Hi everyone, Shadowfang here. I played Dale on Vanessa into Madness.
Hello, Crow here.
What was your favorite memory or moment of working on the film? Honestly, like the fact that we got to film the Halloween party in my house was really cool because I got to have the whole cast over and everybody kind of just got to hang around and everything. It was arguably one of the biggest gatherings and social events that I'd done since the pandemic started. So since we were all safe and we all had just tested negative, it was super cool to feel comfortable being around a bunch of people and actually getting to socialize. So that's probably one of my favorites. The whole thing was super awesome. Being in the office building that Night Cove rented out to film things was just a super cool experience that I probably won't experience again unless we film more. But that's pretty much probably the favorite one.
So one of the first questions was, what was my favorite memory or moment of working on the series? So I would say one of my favorite things was just being behind the scenes. I loved helping out in any way. It was really fun just being a part of the process. I liked, checking for continuity error, any random wild wig hair that would happen, or, just random fuzz on people's clothes, or, checking for stuff like that. That was really fun, and I loved helping people, work on their lines. We would all show up, and not everything would be 100% memorized, so it was fun, working on those, big monologue sections with people. Really just, watching Night Cove work. She mapped out the entire project, so much went into this, and it was really cool seeing her put everything into motion and how she would just set up a scene. She knew exactly where she wanted the lighting and where the camera angle was coming at, and it was just so cool.
What was my favorite memory or moment of working on the series? This is an easy one for me. My favorite moment was actually almost all the way through filming. We had spent months and months and months filming all of these randomized scenes and out of order sequences as we could, trying to make do. And I remember the day that the very first trailer came out for Vanessa into Madness, and I watched that trailer. I was blown away by how professionally done it looked, and it was just amazing. It blew my mind, and I literally got chills, and the hair stood up on the back of my neck. So that was definitely my favorite moment during the series.
So the first question was, what was your favorite memory/moment filming the series? And I would have to say that in this scene, Autumn confronts Ness after a date gone wrong, and it was very different from what I'm used to filming with Night Cove because we're in food challenges, we did randomness videos, it was a lot of laughs, but this scene had so much sadness and frustration, and it was very different from what I'm used to portraying, so it was really great to be able to bring that across.
My favorite part was probably when we were filming at the mall. We were outside, and two actual security guards came over and complimented Vanny on her cosplay. They knew who she was and gave us compliments on the outfit, and we're super excited about what we were doing. So that's probably one of my favorite parts. There were so many good moments though.
What was something I found challenging during filming scenes? I was really only in one scene in Vim, I think. And honestly, the most challenging thing with any filming ever for me is literally just keeping my composure. Because it's so funny to stare into somebody else's face when you're trying to be serious, and the more serious you try to be, the harder it is to not laugh. So honestly, just trying to keep the correct mood, to keep the tone of the scene was super hard, because just spontaneously laughing is my number one weak spot when it comes to filming anything. So that was the most difficult part, probably.
So second question what was something I found challenging during the filming of a scene? Well, one of my favorite scenes that we did was the running scene when we were at the mall. Challenging, just the running, because we ran the scene a couple times, and I realized what level of physical fitness I'm at. And it's a little low on the totem pole. So that was fun and challenging. I would say also I'm not as knowledgeable about the fandom as a lot of people who were involved in the project were, and obviously Night Cove is. So I feel like I didn't really grasp the importance of a lot of small details that like really hint at a lot of things in the games and the books and the lore, the entire concepts. But it was really cool learning what I did through the project and through just the conversations that we would have. But I think that was just like one of the bigger challenges is I didn't really see the full picture. So it's been really cool just going through the episodes as they've been released, and it's really awesome scrolling through all the comments and seeing everyone's theories, and I think I'm starting to understand a little bit more. You know, I have a base idea, but actually consuming the episodes, which has been so much fun. You know, all my roommates sit down and we just watch everything together, but yeah.
What was something I found challenging during filming? Okay, well, this one was pretty easy too. Obviously, remembering your lines is quite a challenge, especially when you have some extendedly long dialogue like Dale and Vanessa had in some of the office scenes. There were nights that we stayed till 2 a.m. trying to film and get certain lines down. And it's really funny because where you think the hard part is remembering your lines and you struggle for hours trying to get your lines down, you finally memorize them, you land them perfectly, and then you realize that you forgot to act while you were speaking your lines. So definitely the challenge is remembering your lines as well as acting your lines, not just saying your lines.
And the second question is, what was something you found challenging during filming a scene? And I would definitely have to say it was the memorization and the execution of lines, because it was a big project. I did have a lot of lines, but Night Cove made it like super easy to film with her and get this across, so I'm really grateful for that.
The most challenging was probably working with new equipment when we would get a new piece of equipment. Like we had a piece of machinery that held the camera that allowed it to move, and it was relatively new, and so getting used to that was a challenge. Other than that, probably the noise, just like all the noises that happen in life when you're trying to film something is crazy, between like airplanes, people laughing at when you're trying to do a serious moment like somewhere else, you know, out in the world. You know, you can't control an intense moment when you have people laughing, you know, a quarter mile away at the top of their lungs. So it's just really hard to like control the environment noises. So that was a challenge.
How did I connect with my character? Well, my character was kind of just sassy and passive-aggressive, so I guess I just really connected to my inner pettiness for that one scene where I was just like, you'll be fine. So, yeah, I don't know, like, it wasn't too difficult, because I guess I have these, I'm a really gentle and nice person usually, but I do have my moments in my own head where I'm just like, oh, I should have been petty. You know, when you, like, think back and you're like, I should have done that. So it was kind of a fun way to live that out and it not actually hurt somebody, because I don't actually like hurting people's feelings, but sometimes it's just like, you know, if I would have done that to that mean person, it would have been fun. So I guess that was just how it was easy to connect with it, was just like bringing out those things.
The third question was, how did you connect with your character? My character, I would say I just pulled all of the bubbly, oblivious, you know, energy out of my body that I could and just try to push that forward. Yeah, the character Emily, the work friend, is a very chipper gal, and doesn't always read the room and understand what's going on with her friend, because there's a lot going on. So yeah, just all the oblivious energy I could pull forth. That's kind of what I focused on.
How did I connect with my character? Really, for Dale, I've been in management for a while, so I've worked around other people and have been in a kind of a leadership or boss role for a while. So that was pretty easy for me to assume, and I hope that translated in the screen. But really, the part that I like to say that I connected with is Dale and I are similar in some ways, but completely polar opposites in others. And I think that the fact that he is so forthright and confrontational, I'm kind of an easygoing, I wanna let everybody just be, be the way they are, and that's how I am at work. I try to be more complimentary than derogatory or negative. And Dale seems to just lay it out there really hardcore. And there were some moments in the movie where I really had to let all those emotions and that aggression come out. And that was really hard, but it was fun trying to get into that mindset for a moment. So
I feel like I connected really well with Autumn because she is an original character. She's not in the series, so I didn't have to take a character that everybody already knows and like transform myself into them. She was very open to interpretation, and I really just wanted to like bring across the character that Night Cove was like thinking when she put her on the page, and I think that I connected with Autumn pretty well.
How did I connect with my character? Well, I've been in a management position in most of my IRL jobs, so I would say I just kind of channeled that, being a team leader and all that. So that was pretty easy. And I worked with the kids I've known like for years and years and years and years. So it's like family. So it was super fun. Like everything we filmed was so fun.
If you could describe your experience working on Vim in 3 words, what would they be? That one's hard because there's a lot of words that I feel like you could describe it. Probably exciting would definitely be a big one, just because regardless of if I was in a scene or was even part of the filming of a certain scene, I would be super excited just to see it all come together. We all as a family got little previews from Night Cove of her work as things got edited together, and it was always super exciting to sit down and see like how everything was put together, because we recorded it in different places and we had to all match it together to make sense. So exciting would definitely be one of the big words there. I'd say surreal is probably another one, just because like getting to watch her as my younger sibling just kind of grow into different roles and explore things like this is really surreal, because I don't think any of us ever imagined this is where she would end up. Like, not that it's because we didn't believe in Night Cove, but just because like it started with drawing, art, and then it kind of went on to music, a little bit of playing games as a YouTuber, and now she's kind of grown into being fully interested in like writing scripts and becoming a videographer. And the fact that we just kind of have watched that whole growth happen and just see it kind of cultivate into this awesome like 2-year-long film project was just, it was surreal. It's really awesome. Like, and I'm so proud of everything that she's done, and just literally everybody that worked on it. Like, it's super awesome. Which is probably my 3rd word, is just awesome. It was awesome to be a part of. It was awesome to see, and seeing the completed result and watching everybody's reactions to it during the premieres was awesome.
Okay, so question number 4 is, if you could describe your experience working on Vanessa into Madness in 3 words, what would they be? So the 3 words I would probably use are, it was just a completely like creative atmosphere. I love watching people's minds work, and any details that people had about their own characters that they wanted to put into a scene. Night Cove was just super understanding and super welcoming to those ideas. It was really nice just seeing that collaboration with everybody. I would say it was also super supportive. I think on that same front, like we were all kind of there for each other. Sorry, that's my cat meowing. And not all projects that I've worked at have been that supportive, and I think it's always nice to, you know, like have that kind of bonded group of people you can work with, because you know you can rely on people, and you know people are going to show up for the project that you want to work on. And I think there's also a very dedicated atmosphere. You know, Night Cove put hours upon hours, like so much time into this project, and she really set the standard for what we should all try to put into the project ourselves. Obviously, like, none of us had as big of a role as she did, but the people who showed up and did the work, like, very dedicated.
If I could describe my experience working on Vanessa into Madness in 3 words, that would be very difficult. But I would say it was engrossing, it was inspiring, and it made me very proud. It was engrossing because the storyline was absolutely, it really developed you in acting in the role, and just being a part of filming some of the other scenes with the characters. The storyline that Night Cove came up with was just so drawing you into it. You know, you just wanted to see more and more and more. And that's where I would feel it was engrossing. It was inspiring to me, because watching everybody come together and make this creation, this brainchild that Night Cove had for 2 years of hard work and practicing and running lines and trying to get everybody together. It was just absolutely amazing, the outcome. I've never worked really on a movie before this, and as far as I know, other than some short films, Night Cove hasn't either, and I don't know that Goat Mom has, but I think it was a phenomenal effort, and I think that translated into the screen, so that as well. And proud just because, obviously, I'm proud of everybody who participated, especially Night Cove, because let's face it, she really captured Vanny as far as I'm concerned. I think that's got to be, she says non-canon, headcanon Vanny, but I think that makes a pretty good Vanny as far as characterization goes.
If you could describe your experience in 3 words, what would they be? And this project was just exciting, and it was so different, and it was really fun to work on, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to be a part of it.
3 words to describe the film or my experience would probably be extraordinary. Extraordinary. I mean, it was so much fun. It couldn't have come at a better time. October was a rough month, and it gave us something to really sink our teeth into and focus on and just have a blast with. It was the best time. Like, I will always cherish these moments, especially when we first started filming at the office. That was amazing because we had so many rooms, so many floors, so much beautiful landscaping and just set areas that we could use. It was so fun. The second word would be gratifying, and that would be for that reason. It was very fulfilling, very gratifying to be able to see something from beginning to end that started with words in a notebook and ended with this grand, beautiful theatrical event that we, ended up pulling off. Night Cove the Fox outdid herself. I mean, every attention to detail, and that would be my third word, is meticulous. Amazing attention to detail. Her ability to fine tune and just line up events, even though we had to film so many out of order. Some things were filmed at the end that we put at the beginning and vice versa, and it was just, she had everything just down to a T. I mean, it was beautiful, so professionally done. She's so professional to work with. Just love her, and it was amazing, and it was just a good time all around. So yeah, my 3 words would be extraordinary, gratifying, and meticulous.
How can people follow you or support you? I am just Aza_makes, M-A-K-E-S, so AZA_MAKES, pretty much on everything. I really am not active on any of my accounts though, so like, props to the people who do follow me, because you get a rare post every once in a while that literally isn't about anything important. But I am working on different like art hobbies and stuff, and I'm hoping maybe someday I can start selling those. So, feel free to like or follow or subscribe to anything that you want. Maybe someday you'll see something exciting pop up, from me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a lot of fun working on this project with Night Cove, and I'm so happy to see it finally come to completion. And I'm excited to see where she takes things next. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Again, my name is Azza, and it was super awesome seeing everybody's reactions to the film project. And yeah, bye.
Okay, last question is how people can follow me or support me. I don't have any of my art published yet. Stay tuned, I guess. Maybe eventually I'll be brave enough and put some of my stuff out there. But for now, yeah, just give the video a thumbs up.
Number 5, how can people follow or support you? You guys can follow me on Twitter at randomrabbit316. Thanks, everyone.
Oh, and we're supposed to plug ourselves. You guys know me. I'm Goat Mom. Check me out on YouTube. And thank you guys for all the support out there. And thank you, Night Cove the Fox, for all your hard work on this project. I love you.